Hey, what's up, y'all? It's D about to react to this video about Omizi's title. India Love keeps showing who she really is. Yes, she does. She needs to be quiet. She's been moving real weird online, and people are not liking it at all. She is not making herself look good with her antics. She thinks she's somebody's Beyonce. Like, she thinks very highly of herself, and she's been doing the most lately. But let's see what he shows. Let's watch.
Dreamer India Love has been trying to prove for the past couple of months that everything about her has changed. She's taking on this new walk of life.
Really?
She's not going to be this mean girl, bratty image that she once has, and she's actually going to grow up.
That is the
with
goal?
a version of herself. But after a couple of
She's
choice
failing.
actions over this past weekend during DreamCon, I would say that that same old India Love never left.
Should I get my phone? I already irritated.
Well, you're not paying no attention to you. So she's trying to say that this dude sitting next to her is looking in her phone and in her business. Mind you, he's not paying her no mind. And this is Pops' son, Witherspoon. What's this? John Witherspoon? Yes, R.I.P. But y'all know Pops from Friday. And Wayne's brothers. Anyway, this is his son. So she's accusing him of being in her phone. So much she's irritated because he's looking at her phone.
Brother. And I wish I could say it was just that one, but there are a couple other incidents that let me know that her attitude has been the exact same. Every time somebody corrects her or tells her no, she acts as though it's some sort of disrespect. At this point, India Love is not being misunderstood. She's repeatedly showing people who she is. And based off of a conversation that I had, I think the issue is bigger than just an attitude problem. It's something that plagues her and other streamers vastly across the industry.
I think it's like the parasocial relationship of being a chat.
Not me reaching out. It's like, give us your take on the situation. What you think about her saying you was in her phone? He messed.
Sure. So I think being kind of in an echo chamber of your own doing through a fan base can be an area where you can misstep.
If you knew this and you haven't already, please.
He looks just like Pop.
Back into the video. India Love has this strange relationship with her image and the internet. She is 30 years old, and not saying that's a crazy thing because I myself am pushing 30. I'll be 30 in like less than 30 days. But she still has this boss girl, bratty, young person mentality about her. And it shows up in all these viral situations in which she is acting as though she is the star in every situation. Everybody is disrespecting her, is always on edge, etc., etc. And the sun and stars should revolve around her. First and foremost, I think it's very important to lay down the landscape and foundation as to who that was. That wasn't just some randeezy sitting next to India Love. And even if it was, it kind of wouldn't matter. But that is J.D. Witherspoon, friend of the show, J.D. Witherspoon, somebody who I've known for some time now. I've had multiple conversations with, and some of you may have watched as a child on his channel, Run JD Run. And just to put a little bit of extra spice on it, he's not new to this, he's true to this. And by that, I mean being of some sort of fame or celebrity status, being around and adjacent to it. He is the son of John Witherspoon, Pops from Friday, also the father from the Wayne's brothers show. I mean, he's been around these environments for multiple times and instances, been to these celebrity games. I just needed to get that out there. I think it's also important to note that even though from the angle of this video specifically, JD does look at the phone. When I had the conversation with him just last night, he acknowledges,
okay, he can glance at it. You see a bright lit phone and you seeing shit move fast out the corner of your eyes, natural to like glance over real quick, but he wasn't like in her phone. Like, she specifically said, oh, he's all in my phone. Like, no, he probably glanced once and then kept on about his business. That was very clear.
And in other angles that we can, provide, it also is pretty clear that he does indeed look at her phone.
That was a very quick glance. Are we looping this clip, or was that multiple times?
With that being said, I don't think that JD...
But I still don't think it was that deep for you to call it out. Like, girl.
And confirmed by him, when I talked to him, had any sort of malicious intent when he was looking at her phone. To me, it looked like some sort of normal interaction where, somebody was scanning the room. It's a phone there. Also, he's live. Okay. And we can even back up with India Love's own words about what he said after he looked at her phone.
IRL.
Without even having the prior knowledge of the conversation based off of what JD said, it's a pretty safe assumption to say that, you know, maybe he thought to himself, I should stream. Now, after all, JD is a streamer. To say that it was lame that a streamer who probably didn't realize that he could stream or wasn't streaming or whatever the case may be said to himself, hey, I could have been streaming here is lame, is a little weird. I don't think that there was any malicious intent as to him looking in your phone. The thing that was...
She has a very nasty attitude.
Chat informed you about him looking into your phone. This on guard mentality, this I'm the center of attention to delve out the name calling to JD. I just think that it's strange. Mind you, she could have clearly turned to JD and asked him, or as the kids would say, checked him about looking in the phone. And I'm pretty sure it could have been cleared up and squashed in a one.
No, that's been worse.
There's a lot of confusion going on right there.
How you want to tell me what to live?
Really that India it's just how quickly she was to get to the disrespect of it all. And I wish I could say that was the only interaction that happened at the basketball game. But shortly after that situation, DreamCon security repeatedly told her and asked her, hey, can you move? Can you leave the basketball court, et cetera, et cetera? And instead of simply just moving, this person is doing their job. They're trying to, you know, situate whatever they had going on. India Love did an India Love.
Oh, I saw this.
I know, but you know, like, you got to me, but you are.
For what's worth, the security guard was doing what he normally does. Can security be overreachy and pushy and all these things? Sure. But at the same time, he's just trying to handle things in the best way that he knows how. And if we were to just heed the warnings here, God, I can't believe I'm defending somebody that's technically a law enforcement officer, then maybe we wouldn't get to this situation. I don't think that this situation was the worst of it all with India Love, but we've got to remember she has this image about herself. People already feel like she's this quote unquote bitchy person. And when it rains, it pours for her. This is about pattern recognition after all. So when you take the JD clip, when you take the situation with the security guard, and then you take the other two interactions at DreamCon. Oh, this seems reserved.
Oh, yeah, I saw this too.
As they put us right here. Oh, he said nothing.
I'll fuck with Wale. He's just like, no, let him. We don't need to do this back and forth. We'll go somewhere else. That's a man. But get out that goddamn seats. Why are y'all sitting there if those aren't y'all seats? Oh?
I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to sell to an audience that you have this newfound attitude about yourself where you are trying to be this better presenting person. Again, I don't think that all of these...
Especially when you go to an event where you know that fans are going to be there, fans of your content, like, hello. Like, why wouldn't you be open and taking a quick picture? Like, he was just like, oh, can you look at the camera? He didn't ask you to hug up with him. He didn't ask you to move or anything. He's like, you just can't look at the camera.
Worse, there's explanations for why she did this, why she did that, why she did the third. But if I'm trying to sell a new image about myself, I certainly wouldn't be doing things like I did at DreamCon, or even worse, the most blatant example, the traffic situation.
Oh, yeah, when they got the videos in the world. This pissed me off as well because traffic is bad enough and y'all in the damn way. Get out the street.
You have to wait. You have to. Okay, and this is a public situation going on. You have to wait a second, sir. We're not doing anything wrong.
Yes, you are, stupid. Are you dumb? She is so slow. You are doing something wrong. You're blocking traffic. You can't do that.
Just 1 second.
We're not doing anything wrong. Yes, you are. She's very slow. That's what I did here. I didn't like the shit out of him. So play is crazy.
Gotta go around.
Really, India blocking traffic for a mid TikTok at best.
Exactly. Oh, this is good fucking TikTok?
Of all of it. She only evaluates these situations according to how it can affect her, impact her. She wants the TikTok to the driver she passed away. She wants to remain on the court, so security should just repeatedly justify the rule. She doesn't want to get up to maybe show some fan appreciation for somebody. Again, maybe a little bit of a reach, but it is what it is. So she'll sit down and ask this dude to bend down. Her chat says that JD is looking at her phone, so
I think he did ask her to stand up. He did say that. But I mean, you can quickly stand up, all right, picture, and then sit back down like that. It doesn't take too much effort.
Immediately becomes a lane in this situation. I think if you really wanted to, you could paint a narrative about India Love based off of all these multiple clips that have presented themselves over the past, 5-6 days. But these clips only become worse when you
doing this bird shit in the world.
Pattern recognition is real, and she's done stuff like this plenty of times before.
There's no camera, no filming inside. It's okay. It's not recording, right, bitch?
Yeah. It says India Love crushed on an employee who respectfully asked her to stop recording inside the store multiple times while she was streaming. She's a weirdo. She did not have to do all that. She's a fucking bitch. Shut your bitch ass up. Oh, that's what she said.
It's your life then. They send it off. Okay, I'm just waiting for her to grab her stuff. She's a weirdo. She did not have to go out now. She's a fucking weirdo. Girl, your lady picked me out. She's a fucking bitch. No. Whoever the fuck that was.
The DreamCon security interaction follows the exact same pattern as the store situation. There is an employee that is trying to do their job, follow rules, that is making all of $9
Yeah, you
an
can't
hour, trying to
repel it in
get
a
some
lot of
bananas
stores.
and some chicken thighs so that they can go and cook at home. I don't even know what they're cooking with bananas and chicken thighs. Produce has parasites right now. People stay away from it. Here comes India Love immediately minimizing that person. It's not because she doesn't understand the rule, but it's because she doesn't understand why the rule should personally impact and affect her. Instead of complying, she immediately challenges an employee and turning a basic rule into some bigger confrontation. What makes it even worse, and I think shows more about who she is that, of course you linger, you try to draw it out, you're a streamer. I guess that's where we are now. But when she leaves the store, she automatically starts just insulting and throwing names at the employee. To me, stuff like that is just so weird. It just shows a lack of consideration as a whole. And for what it's worth, she did the same situation at the Streamer Awards, just in a different form.
Breakout Streamer of the Year went to Adapt, and congratulations, and we respect you for what you did. But Rakai should have won Breakout Streamer of the Year and DDG. I don't care what y'all say. Shout out Rakai, shout out.
She was so trash.
Adapt had just won the biggest award in his life, really solidifying him in the streaming space, coming from being where he was and growing to the place of space that he eventually is now. But India Love disagreed with the result, and instead of just waiting to grow his life, the place of space, solidifying him.
Oh, he had a serious glow up. Shout out to him.
In the streaming space, coming from being where he was and growing to the place of space that he eventually is now. But India Love disagreed with the result. Instead of just waiting to go home and go on the stream and, give your 2 cents like most people would, she decided that was time for her to shine, ran on stage and said what she decided to do. And for what it's worth, she would go on to apologize for the situation because she recognized ultimately how it diminished Adapt's accomplishments. And I do believe that apology was driven by the chat, which we'll get to in a minute, as a community was slandering her as a whole. But months later, she's still treating public roads,
still doing the same thing.
Courts, employees.
So she wasn't sorry.
Everyone else must accommodate exactly what she wants. This is this repeated pattern of entitlement followed by confusion. India acts impulsively. People criticize her. She explains her intention. She apologizes and talks about growth. And then another situation happens because the actual reaction did not change. That's what makes this whole recent transformation so hard to believe. She knows how to describe her problem after the damage is done. She just cannot seem to control these situations when it is happening.
That's the whole reason why God allows making mistakes. He knows you're going to make mistakes. And mistakes are designed to turn you to Him. You get what I'm trying to say? You don't want me to be perfect. You don't want me to be cookie cutter saints all the time. He's okay with me sinning. You know why? Because He knows I'm going to repent. You know why? Because I get convicted when I sin.
Now, I want to make it.
This is not an excuse to be a trash person and to treat people with disrespect. What are you talking about?
Okay, before I go down this rabbit hole that I'm going down, I'm not questioning India Love's faith or religious status. This isn't me challenging her beliefs, all these different things. It's more to show something greater that I will get into, as opposed to saying she's not a Christian or a believer of God or whatever the case may be. So India Love has recently made this spiritual journey that she's going on a part of her public image. And there's no reason for me to believe that these emotions are fake. She could genuinely be trying to be more disciplined and move differently and all these things like that. But for what it's worth, India Love seems to be more successful at explaining the person that she wants to be as opposed to becoming that person consistently and behaving like she should. To me, real growth is shown in these small and interesting moments. Moving the car when someone needs to pass, leaving the court when security asks, turning off the camera when an employee says that there's a policy, and for sure, not cussing them out and calling them all types of names once you leave the store. Now, of course, none of these moments would create some sort of virality and people would be talking about it, but that's not necessarily what she would be searching for, because she's simply trying to demonstrate this maturity and consideration that she hasn't had before. India Love's problem is not that she's making mistakes. Everyone does, right? I make mistakes, you make mistakes, we all do. The problem is that each mistake seems to come from the same belief that her feelings, content, and intentions are more important than everybody else around her. She appears to view some sort of boundaries as disrespect. An employee says no, she hears that they are targeting her. When security asks her to move, she believes that she's owed some sort of debate. And when chat accuses someone, she immediately believes the worst about that person. I mentioned something earlier in the video about what I think the larger and greater issue is. I do think that that is a portion of it. I sat down with JD Witherspoon to have a conversation about this whole India Love fiasco and debacle. I love that I'm hyping it up with some of those words. We came to an interesting conclusion and tidbit here about how the chat can drive these social media creators to say, do, and act things that they probably wouldn't do.
If I grew up, obviously, in my 20s with one of these, and live streaming was a thing, and also making content and being on people's radar to that level was a thing, I could see how it could make you paranoid, for sure. That's honest, my first time ever getting clip farm. That's the word. That's the thing. I think that's more the chat than her. I don't know her personally. I have nothing negative to say about her.
What an upsetting man. But no, she's a fucking adult. She's a 30-year-old woman. She shouldn't be moved by the comments. These are children. A lot of them are fucking children in her comments. So what they're saying that he was looking at it like, or, oh, he all in your business. So you're like, yeah, he is in my business. Because Lil Debbie 46 said, get out my phone. Like, no. You should use your own brain and have some decency.
What do you mean by it was the chat more than anything?
I think it's like the parasocial relationship of being a chat viewer. You know, my chat viewers, they like to ride or die for me in certain scenarios. And I usually tell them don't. I always keep it like 100% with the people who support me, like where I genuinely tell them like, yo, real talk. You guys don't really know me as a person. You're my supporters. We're friends to a degree, but I don't need you to like fight battles for me if we don't know each other. So I'm not going to lie to your face and say things like that.
And this is so fucking real. And I appreciate him because people do have these weird parasocial relationships that they build with you. And it's a bit jarring, especially when they will make certain comments. Like, because they think that y'all have some type of relationship. But it's like, but I don't know you. I don't even know what you look like half the time. You know, and they'll try to joke around with you and say little slick shit, but you'll take offense to it because it's like, well, I don't know you. Like, for example, most of my patrons are cool. I love my Patreon family, but just comes to mind that sometimes every now and then I get people who come over there and because they watch so much of my content and they feel like, oh, they subscribe to my Patreon, they feel like we have some type of, relationship there, and they'll try to say some little shit. And it's like, but I don't know you, so you can't really, like, joke with me like that in a way that just sounds a little off. I don't want to say exactly what was said, but and it was a few times, actually. It's been a few times this has happened. But, yeah, it's like, but in your head, you're thinking, oh, this my bitch, and I fuck with her because I watch her all the time. And it's like, I appreciate you supporting, but you thinking you could talk to me any type of way and thinking in your head that, oh, it's because we're friendly. But it's like, but I don't know you. You watch me all the time and you're familiar with me, but I'm not familiar with you at all. I've never had a conversation with you like in person or have seen what you look like a lot of the time. So why do you think you could be like, bitch, you need to shut up and ha whatever? But it's like, oh, I'm gonna block you because you got me fucked up. And then when I get offended, it's like, what's up with you? Why you acting like this? Because I don't know you. I don't know you, So I felt him. I'm sorry. That just triggered a rant out of me because I have dealt with this like a few times actually, and where I'm like, I'll feel kind of bad after, but it's like I can't really feel too bad because you trying to come at me like, oh, we super cool and we go way back and we're close friends, but I don't know you. You know what I mean?
I love you. I can't say that. I don't know you that well.
You won't really know unless you actually are in the sign of work, but it's a very weird dynamic and a weird relationship, I guess, that you have sometimes with some viewers, but yeah.
Say I love you. So I think being kind of in an echo chamber of your own doing through a fan base can be not necessarily a downfall, but just an area where you can misstep. I think that's kind of like people who get a little too lost in the sauce of the internet.
So while she may be trying to take on this new spiritual journey and awakening, she still has something that is controlling her. And it bugs a lot of the streaming industry. But for India Love specifically, she already has this reputation that she's fed into for quite some time now. Immediately in that interaction with JD, she turns to see what Chad is saying. Chad was giving her the validation in these moments. And she gassed up and hyped up that situation for the chat. No different than the situation in the store. If you look at the chat on screen, you can see that they are egging on the situation as well. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she's faultless. She does play into the fat girl identity. She could be in more control of her community or just not lay into them as well. The need for validation from the teeny boppers of the world is a very interesting place and space. And we do have to recognize Chat's involvement in how India Love is going about navigating her life, which is scary. She's 30. This is why I think it's
exactly
harder to fully take on this new identity and new image that she's putting out there. This is why she's falling back into these bad behaviors. She has James 698 who stole mommy's card to, purchase her OF back in the day or currently.
Hello.
Telling her in the chat that Jamie Witherspoon of all people is being nosy and in her business. For what it's worth, India Love's biggest problem isn't Jamie Witherspoon or Dreamcom security or store employees or impatient drivers. It's that she seems to believe that respecting another person's boundaries means allowing them to disrespect or control her. That's why every normal correction becomes confrontation and every confrontation becomes a viral clip, and every viral clip eventually become another speech about growth. And the whole time she's reading that little box in the corner of her streams to get validation about if she's doing the right thing or if she's doing the wrong thing, et cetera, et cetera. India may genuinely want to be a different person, but two things need to happen. One, it needs to appear while the camera is already rolling. People are going to keep saying the exact same things if that doesn't happen. And two, got to disconnect with that chat. That chat is not your friend, mamas. Hey, they're not doing you no favors.
At all. I agree 1000%. A lot of them are children. I would argue that most of them are much younger than her. So for you to let them lead you and egg you on and get you hyped up is crazy. That's really sad. Girl, grow up. But good luck to her. I hope she is on a journey to be better. But yeah, you have to prove that you're being better through your actions, because otherwise it's just talk. But good luck to her. Y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.